The Egyptian pyramids, shrouded in mystery, are undoubtedly among the most fascinating and awe-inspiring structures in the world. These ancient masterpieces have defied time and nature for thousands of years, and they still stand before us in all their grandeur. As you might imagine, for centuries many people have tried to uncover the mysteries behind these massive structures. Among them was one of the greatest inventors of all time, Nikola Tesla. Although Tesla left this world without receiving the recognition he deserved, he managed to reveal some terrifying truths about the pyramids. He only began gaining attention relatively recently. The principles behind his ideas led to the invention of smartphones, wireless internet, alternating current, and many other technologies we use today. In addition to his wild ideas, Tesla stated that he was involved in several top-secret projects, including the Egyptian pyramids. His journey to uncover the secrets of the pyramids began when he was 20 years old, and at that point, he decided to make it the greatest mission of his life. Composed of around 2.5 million stone blocks and weighing about 6 million tons, the Egyptian pyramids are mysterious and magnificent structures that attract countless visitors from all over the world. Everyone knows that these pyramids are filled with unsolved mysteries. Some of these mysteries, especially the idea that pyramids could generate energy, inspired Nikola Tesla's groundbreaking ideas and inventions. While many believed the pyramids were tombs for Egyptian pharaohs, the fact that not a single mummy was ever found inside them and that all mummies rest in the Valley of the Kings was truly surprising. Moreover, there were no native Egyptian inscriptions or artwork on the pyramids. These facts raised a question that remained unanswered for a long time. Why would anyone invest so many resources to build such massive structures without a clear purpose? Now that we know these pyramids were neither tombs for Egyptian pharaohs nor structures built in honor of certain gods, we can return to Tesla. Nikola Tesla read many books on ancient structures and discovered that the pyramids contained an incredible amount of energy. At that time, electricity was poorly understood, and Tesla began to consider the possibility that some advanced technologies might be hidden inside the pyramids. Eventually, he became convinced that the pyramids drew their power from electromagnetism. According to him, the pyramids were made from a type of crystal energy, and the chambers inside might have been used to manipulate electromagnetic fields. Additionally, he proposed the theory that materials like the stones used in the construction of the Great Pyramid had the ability to store energy obtained from the sun and the moon. For this reason, he suggested that the pyramid could have been designed to create an energy field capable of supplying electricity to cities. In 1905, Tesla filed a patent in the US titled "The Art of Transmitting Electrical Energy Through Natural Media." The patent outlined the designs for a series of worldwide generators that collected electrical energy by interacting with the ionosphere. Tesla viewed the Earth as a massive electrical generator with limitless energy, rotating around two magnetic poles. Over time, he named this triangular design the electromagnetic pyramid. Furthermore, he believed that the source of energy was not in the shapes of the pyramids, but rather in their locations. For this reason, he decided to build the tower known as the Warden Cliff Tower, or Tesla Tower. Located at Parks Peak in Colorado Springs, the tower is now known as the Tesla Experimental Station. He constructed the pyramid in this area, considering the locations of pyramids around the planet and the electrical view of the planet's equator. The construction of the tower was based on theories about how the Earth could transmit signals. According to Tesla, the prototype could send and receive unlimited data and energy from distances as far as Paris. Unfortunately, Tesla's discovery and device began to fade into obscurity after his mysterious death in 1943. However, his work has managed to reach the present day. Academics and researchers have studied his theories about the power of the pyramids, and the ideas they developed have helped uncover many of the mysteries surrounding the pyramids. What Tesla was trying to explain to us about the pyramids may seem a bit complex. Perhaps he wanted us to understand the power of something much older than we think. Who knows? To clarify things a bit further, you might want to take a look at Tesla's thoughts on numbers. According to Tesla, the numbers 3, 6, and 9 form the great key to the universe. For this reason, they held great significance for all of us. Tesla suggested that the universe, galaxies, star formations, evolution, and many models in nearly all systems naturally emerged. Some believe that Tesla's obsession with the numbers 3, 6, and 9 led him to favor the pyramid shape and certain fundamental mathematical laws. Tesla, on the other hand, believed these numbers were the fundamental figures of the universe's mathematics, which is why he would do nothing without the number 3 or its multiples. For example, before entering a building, he would walk around it 3 times. He would stay in hotels where the number of floors and rooms were divisible by 3. He lived in room 3327 on the 33rd floor of the New Yorker Hotel in New York. Mathematically, 3 plus 3 equals 6, and 2 plus 7 equals equals 9. So, the hotel was perfect for him. He slept about 3 hours each night, polished his forks, knives, and plates with 18 napkins before using them, and made decisions in groups of 3. Whatever calculations he made about things around him, he ensured the results were always divisible by 3. These results formed the foundation of his choices and decisions. But what was Tesla trying to tell us with his obsession with the numbers 3, 6, and 9? We know that mathematics is a universal language, and its laws apply to everyone on Earth. Tesla believed that his understanding of this universal language could help us comprehend the power of the pyramid and its significance for our planet. His theories encouraged us to look beyond the physical form of the pyramid and explore its spiritual and energetic properties. For example, in vortex mathematics, 1 plus 1 equals 2, 2 plus 2 equals 4, 4 plus 4 equals 8, 8 plus 8 equals 16, 16 plus 16 equals 32, and 32 plus 32 equals 64. You may have noticed that the number patterns only cycle through 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5. While these numbers repeat within themselves, 3, 6, and 9 do not follow this pattern. Ancient people who noticed these patterns in nature incorporated them into their constructions. So, can we say that Nikola Tesla was trying to reveal certain truths to us by referencing the Great Pyramids? Let's dive a little deeper and explore the reasons behind this. The pyramid's dimensions are aligned with compass directions with a precision achievable only through modern engineering. The Great Pyramid weighs 6 million tons and is made up of 2.5 million stone blocks. It stands 146 meters tall and covers an area of over 53,000 square meters. Aligning this structure precisely to true north requires an almost impossible level of accuracy. The reason is that the pyramid's base is aligned within 3/4 of 2.5 centimeters. Each side of the pyramid exceeds 230 meters in length, and the difference between any two sides is only about 5 centimeters. Interestingly, the pyramids don't actually have 4 flat sides. Each face is slightly concave, and this can only be seen when viewed directly or when the pyramid casts a shadow during the equinoxes. Whoever built the pyramids had remarkably accurate knowledge about the size of the Earth. If you multiply the pyramid's height of 146 meters by 43,200, you get a number within about 17 kilometers of Earth's polar radius. That's an accuracy of 99 out of 100. Similarly, if you multiply the base perimeter of the Great Pyramid, 921 meters, by 43,200, you get a result remarkably close to Earth's equatorial circumference. While the Great Pyramid is aligned precisely to the cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, a margin of error of about 5% can still be observed. However, considering that those who built this structure lived during the Dark Ages, this can be considered relatively insignificant. This raises a new question. How did ancient people have such knowledge of the planet's dimensions? Although mysterious, it is a well-known fact that ancient people placed great importance on the equinoxes. An equinox is when the night and day are of equal length. During an equinox, the length of both day and night is 43,200 seconds. However, many skeptics view the connection between the equinox and the size of the Earth as just a coincidence. On the other hand, engineer Glenn Dash believes that the Egyptians could not have used the pole star to align the pyramids. He thinks they must have used the autumn equinox to achieve perfect alignment in the structures. Previously, the use of equinox measurements as a possible alignment method had been overlooked. The reason for this was the belief that alignment calculations required greater accuracy. Dash decided to conduct an experiment, and, among various other methods, found that the autumn equinox might have been used. So, what did all of this mean? How could the pyramids serve as a source of energy? The pyramids were built with limestone and other materials transported from distant locations. Each stone is placed so tightly that it is impossible to find any gaps between them. For example, the stones at the top were cut from a quarry approximately 800 kilometers away and transported to the site. The exterior of the Great Pyramid of Giza is made from white tufa limestone, as it does not contain materials that insulate electricity, particularly magnesium. The interior and chambers are made of materials that conduct electricity, which is allowed for controlling the energy emissions within the pyramid. Additionally, the blocks used in the interior are made from a different form of limestone blocks containing small amounts of crystals and metals. Crystals and metals allow for maximum power transfer. It is worth noting that the Tesla Tower operates on the same principle as the pyramids. Now, let's move on to some fundamental topics. There are a few factors that allow wireless power to work. These include the sun, the water beneath the tower or pyramid, and the height at which the tower is positioned to allow energy to radiate. The apex of the pyramids is made of gold, a fantastic conductor of electricity, and in the center, there is granite that serves as an energy receiver and transmitter. The combination of these elements generates wireless energy. In a study conducted in 2018, scientists decided to explore how the pyramid might focus energy. The team used radio waves at different frequencies to determine whether the pyramid responded to specific electromagnetic waves. They discovered that the pyramid concentrates electromagnetic energy in its inner chambers and beneath the base. According to scientists, radio waves ranging from 200 to 600 meters in length could cause vibrations. The closer the waves are to 200 meters, the stronger the effect. All of this brings us back to the source of the energy and, ultimately, Tesla. The Warden Cliff Tower was built on an aquifer that discharged negative ions to the top of the tower. The tower had copper and iron rods extending toward the water. Tesla was going to draw energy from the ionosphere and send it to Earth through vibrations so that other receivers could read it. The same applied to the Great Pyramid. The pyramid was also built on an ancient underground water channel, an aquifer. Recently, copper pipes and iron rods were discovered there. The Nile River, flowing very close to the pyramids, would create an electric current underneath them. The electricity would then pass through the granite stones inside the pyramids and move towards the top of the pyramid, towards the golden capstone. This is known as piezoelectricity. Piezoelectricity is the electrical energy we can obtain from natural physical movements, such as simple actions like walking, or from currents passing through a river or underground aquifers. Water flows into the chambers at the base and then exits, creating a pressure that causes the pyramids to vibrate. These vibrations would then reach the king's chamber at a specific frequency. In other words, the king's chamber consisted of devices that resonated with energies from the world, which then transformed into electromagnetic energy. Tesla's wireless power distribution system, much like the pyramids, used the Earth's vibrations. Additionally, the energy produced by the tower was meant to be limitless and clean. Unfortunately, the tower was destroyed. Evidence was also found suggesting that the Great Pyramid was internally collapsed. In the south, traces of hydrochloric acid as well as sulfuric acid were found, while in the north, zinc chloride and ammonium chloride were discovered. These chemicals, when not mixed, can produce hydrogen in the same environment. However, when ammonium chloride is combined with sulfuric acid, an explosion occurs. Considering the structure of the pyramid, it was estimated that the explosion could have been controlled. In 2001, burn marks were found on the ceiling. Additionally, cracks had formed in the granite beams of the southeast ceiling of the king's chamber. Egyptologists claim that the cracks were caused by an earthquake. However, it was noticed that the damage occurred only in areas where the highly compressed hydrogen flow existed within the pyramid. Furthermore, the walls of the king's chamber also appeared to have separated from the ground and extended outward. Similar damages had occurred on the steps, in the chamber, and in other parts of the interior. All of these pointed to an explosion. Initially, it was believed that an earthquake had caused the explosion. However, engineer Christopher Dunn rejected this idea and suggested that a disaster might have occurred in the pyramid, one that eroded the structure like an active power plant. Nevertheless, it is known that the ancient Egyptians were successful at record keeping, and no records of any disaster during the construction of the pyramid have been found. Christopher Dunn suggested that the event occurred thousands of years ago. However, this theory has not yet been fully clarified. In conclusion, Tesla was right. These significant ancient sites revealed evidence of electromagnetic energy. Even back then, people used energy from the ionosphere to create technologies that we can only imagine today. Think about how clean, renewable energy could make life safer for humanity. See you in the next video. Take care of yourselves.